everyone, welcome to, I think, the beginning of week 2 with Newer. She was rescued from a kill pen 2 years ago, and I am now training her for a few months. So she's worn the surcingle several times now, and I wanted to add a little more to it today. But first I'm just letting her get warmed up with it and make sure we're still on the same page today. So after this yield here, I went to grab a little pillow, which is a great preparation for a rider, and it's not going to hurt him or anything since it's soft, so it's just really nice to use. Since she was doing pretty well with the surcingle, I wanted to try that with her, and I expected her to maybe be a little nervous, but just figure out it's not going to hurt her. But she actually ended up being really scared and freaking out about it. And I don't have a video of putting it on, so just go straight forward to where she kind of bolts and starts bucking. So you can see she just kind of hops a bit and then freezes, but I like how she did stop. And I came to pull the lead rope off her back so I could undo the pillows, but that set her off again. And I just pulled it down really quick and then came and tried to get her to relax her neck so I could take the pillows off, and obviously she's not ready for it yet, so I'm not going to push her. So I'm just untying it here, and you may wonder, why didn't I just let her work through it? But she's a very timid horse, and she wasn't just not liking it. She was very scared and wasn't ready for that yet, and I was not going to push her when it would only freak her out more. So I went back a couple steps and just got her used to the surcingle swinging loosely around her back. You can see even that spooked her a little bit. So I'm just letting her get used to that feeling. And then I decided to get the saddle pad out instead because it wasn't so big and floppy and it wouldn't be quite as scary. And just lots of repetition, putting it off and on. Now I'm asking her to walk with it and do a yield. So the yields really help them relax because it's hard for them to yield with their muscles tense. And to do a good yield of the shoulders or hindquarters, they have to relax those muscles. The previous yield told me she wasn't super relaxed and she wasn't taking big steps, but this one is much nicer and you can see how she crosses over super well. Now I asked her to trot with it, and she was definitely a little bit alarmed here and there, but she wasn't as concerned as she had been, so I was happy with that. And here I'm just kind of rubbing it all over her again on this opposite side, and it just touched her a little bit far back, and that spooked her. So she was a little bit more scared of it after that. So I just go back to working on swinging it all over her on that side and waiting for some signs of relaxation. I decided to also swing it away from her so she didn't think I was just trying to put it on her, and doing all sorts of different things with it. She's definitely a whole lot more timid with it on this side. It's pretty much always her more difficult side. But since we got a pretty nice yield right here, I decided to end with that and not make it a super long session. And in the evening, I just worked on more groundwork exercises. I didn't want to always bring out something scary. Sometimes I just want to work on our basics and cues and that sort of thing. Here I'm working on her really sticking with me even when I change directions, and we ended pretty much right here. So on the next day I actually introduced her to the flag, and I was beyond amazed with how well she did with that. She was absolutely fine with it. I mean, she would get a little bit worried, but you can see that from the start I was able to rub it over her pretty good and that sort of thing. So I'll just let you watch as I try to get her as comfortable with it as I can. I think a big thing for her is actually sound, and the flag didn't just make a whole lot of noise, so I think that made it less scary. So now I'm trying to get her used to it while she's moving on a circle and I'm in the middle with it. And it's a little more difficult for her, but it's an important step to take. If I only work on it while she's standing still, she's not going to get used to it while she's in movement. And as you can tell, that is a whole lot different. And I finished there with the flag. I then worked on some transitions with her and that sort of thing. Here I'm asking for a change of direction, and she did struggle a bit with that. A little slower than usual, but she also just wanted to come to me. But then I got her out on the circle again. I really love how she stretched down here. That was super nice. So soon after that session, since I realized that sound was a big part of things she was scared of, I decided to desensitize her to a water bottle crinkling. And unfortunately, I don't have any videos from the start of the session, but to start with, she would spook at the littlest noise. And this is how far we got. She did so good and made a ton of progress. And she is obsessed with me rubbing her itchy spots.
Oh yes, you just want scratches. You just want scratches, don't you, sweetie? Yes, that's all you want to do. Oh my goodness. That's pretty much as loud as I can crack it. Yeah. Oh. I like that she felt comfortable enough to reach down and scratch herself. So I really, oh, there it is again. Yeah. Oh, good. I like that she's feeling comfortable enough to, like before, she wouldn't even show anything when I would scratch her because she wasn't comfortable enough with me. And now she's so comfortable. Oh my goodness. Now she's so comfortable that she'll do it while that thing is cracking. Yeah. I'll release when she wiggles. Oh, good. She lowered her head. Yeah. 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 Alright. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna stop there because she moved to where I wanted it, or where she wanted me. And if she feels comfortable enough to tell me where I want it, where she wants it, that's good news. Yeah? Yeah. Yeah. Good. Yeah. Good. Yes. Yeah. Sissy ain't scared. Good. Okay. Okay. He wants to eat it. Yes. Good job. Yeah. Yeah, I know where you like